And good morning. It is Monday morning. It is about 8 o'clock. I'm just a couple moments later than I had originally intended to be here, but I'm glad to see you. It's a good morning. Um, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Um, uh, Hold on just a second. Updating my updating the stream info is what I was trying to say. Dripping with oily goodness. And then I need to be here at single-handed status. Okay. Yeah, but regardless. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I had a little bit of an eventful weekend of a friend coming to town and being here and being incredible. Getting to take her around and show a couple of like really fun and sweet and cute places around town that we all like. A lot of restaurants. There's a bookstore that we like going to. A couple of different like haunts around the city. And it's been a fun time. Being able to take her around town and to like have fun and share in the city that we live in with her. And we also have just been able to hang out for the first time in person for a while now, in almost a year actually, and it's been lovely, like genuinely been very lovely. And yeah, we watched a documentary last night from the same guy who did a documentary on tickling. His name is actually David Farrier, and he wrote a documentary called Tickled, which explored a ring of competitive ticklers, which was an interesting synopsis to happen across at some point. And then to watch an hour and a half long documentary about it was also an interesting experience. A very surreal one, to say the least. And then he actually wrote and filmed and wrote a documentary called Mr. Organ, which is based on like the premise is that this dude in Auckland, New Zealand, I think, or in Ponsonby, something like that. I don't remember exactly what the name of the city was, but that this dude was going around and on behalf of a business owner who was a little well-to-do and also a little bit of a butthole. Anyway, he was on her behalf going around and booting people's car. So like if you parked in her parking lot, you would walk away from your car assuming that this like paved bit of land that is marked as a parking lot would be accessible to the public. You'd be wrong, because it's private property and she owns that parking lot and she can charge whatever the hell she wants for parking in her parking lot. And so he would like go around and boot people's cars and tell them that it was like 400, what was it? I guess it would be AUSD or ZUSD. I'm not sure what the currency is there, but it was like $400. That translates roughly to a couple hundred American, like USD. But when they came back with cash to pay the troll, then he would say, oh, that was the price for one thing, now you've got another thing on there as well. And this spawned this whole thing that wound up in newspapers across the country, and then it ended up in Parliament in New Zealand, where they had to negotiate laws saying that that kind of thing was illegal, that it was like illegal to scalp or to like otherwise imply or suggest or make a problem for somebody else to come and do that kind of thing. Meaning like go to park somewhere that would otherwise be public, because like people were parking after the store would be closed and it would be at night. Again, after the store would be closed. So it's like, no, she's not missing out on profit or anything like that. She's just missing out on that parking lot being empty. But it's some insanity, and like it was a good movie. It was a really good movie, and there was a bunch of really crazy shit in there. And yeah, it was a trip, that movie. Mr. Oregon was a trip, but it is time to get going and get started on finishing up some things. It's time to get working on working on the old railroad here. So, without further ado, let's get some project done. So, yeah, when last we left, we had just gotten everything downstairs set up and functional, but now, if I can, oh right, I don't have the right bind on. Hold please. We had just gotten like the base set up, so that's let's see, Satisfactory. We just gotten the base of this whole thing set up, so the first layer of machines, including the crude oil gathering and refinement process, and we're gonna go down to 40 meters.
Do you like my buttons? They're pretty nice, right? Customizable, functional, they have indicator lights. The full package. I think they're neat.
I just think they're neat too, Ada. I don't know why this is flashing. That's an unusual and new thing. But yeah. So, you know, we were doing pretty good, I thought, last that we talked, last that we checked in. Let me actually do this real fast, because the heavy oil residue is something that I don't necessarily need or want or have to deal with right now in this moment. I just want to show off what this thing looks like as it goes, because it goes so almost immediately. Rubber starts flowing, plastic has been flowing since the start of stream, but we have material going up, and once we go up, we'll be able to see what that all looks like. Because I did make 2 4-to-4 balancers and was just letting everything sink, and I realized that awesome shop prices are exorbitant and expensive, so we'll find out what that is real quick. But yeah, we got rubber flowing here, little bits, but it ends up being like a pretty consistent bit. Plastic is flowing a little bit, it looks like, but with the 4 lines going a little bit, it goes a lot of bit. So mathematically, theoretically, this should all work out to be like 25 lines or 250 each, theoretically. And we could check that here real quick, and we'll double check the math just to make sure. But this is the thought for what the control room might start to be or start to look like, is this kind of basis where it's where we've got knowledge of what is going on here, which I think one of these is a little bit under what the target was. And I know that this has worked more consistently at the numbers that I needed to. Stop. All right. Yeah, okay, cool. Just catch myself like that. I'm not sure as to why this shows up 50 per less than the rubber has, because the rubber has shown up consistently for a while now, but producing close to 1,000 rubber, close to 1,000 plastic per minute, and like, yeah, 250, 252, 250, 250. So all 250, and this is going to show up as just under 200. So I've got 800 rubber, or 800 plastic and 1,000 rubber, which is exciting. So now that we have that, it's time to throw down like a dozen or more, to throw down a lot of water extractors. And yeah, it's time to throw down a lot of water extractors and just deal with that. But I do want to investigate the rubber or the plastic and see if I can find out anything. So let's go do that real fast. Because I know that I had at one point stymied some part of the production by not connecting the entire thing. So I wonder if I have done the same thing. Find out. Right, these should be underlocked back here. Did I do the same thing with rubber? I don't know that I did. No, I sure did. Where would I be missing 60 plastic from each line? Where would I be missing 250 plastic? Right there, for example. From 4 machines, like right there. I think I found it. That's unfortunate. But it would explain why I'm missing so much plastic. And then, since we're already here, and it's not that hard on this floor to do this, just do this real quick. And wait for this to do its thing. With my gigantic head, I'll just wait for the plastic to flow, because it'll go 480 per minute, so it'll slow down here in a second. At least in my understanding and imagination, it will slow down a little bit, but we should have somewhere in the neighborhood of like 250 and 250, or like 200 and 250, and then 200 and 250. Let's check it though. are the top lines two different numbers? That's unusual. Okay. $250 or $240-ish. $264, $274, $240. Huh. I don't know. That's this top line's unusual. Did I miss connecting something as well? We'll wait for that to calibrate. Check all the way down. Make sure I'm not missing any connection points. Huh. This is running at 10% and this is running at 22%. 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, 97, 100. Why are they all running at different speeds? Question. Huh. I am getting like a lot of oil flow. Is it just literally that I needed to come over and say hi? Because that's what it seems like. In which case that would be mega annoying. It sure seems like that's the case. Because like now we're finally getting flow in this region, but not a lot because it's already dwindling. Interesting. Okay, I don't know why that would be. Regardless. Huh. Alright, well, for now, I can all vibe. Yeah, refresh my audio settings or something. What's going on here? Hold just a second. That may be slightly better, but probably not. Anyways. So yeah, that was the thing that we were working on. The other thing, and I mentioned this briefly, I actually opened a thread about it on Threads, was that I had designed a blueprint for aluminum refinement. Really basic one. I say basic. It was a really simple one, or what felt like a really simple one to me, in that I wanted the ability to produce aluminum scrap from one thing and be able to just immediately turn around and refine it, and immediately turn around and cook it to make it into aluminum ingots. Strange, but this was what I've got here. Nice. Good job, Suripot. Nice. But yeah, this is what I've got. So labeled every input and output. So we have the pure aluminum or sloppy aluminum solution, recipe where it produces 240 meters cubed of aluminum solution off of 200 meters of water and 200 bauxite per minute. And from that, it scoots underneath this pipe here and gets combined with some coal to make aluminum scrap and water. The water is then pumped out and actually sent back to the beginning. And this line here is for water itself, but we have the scrap that comes down, gets exported out into a belt underneath, and then split into what is effectively 6 different lines of smelters doing the pure aluminum ingot alternate. And from there it gets combined again and shipped off underneath, and it goes off to the races. Very, like, feels like simple to me, but pretty straightforward. And you know, that's the thought. So yeah, I'm impressed with myself and like the design. I think it looks good. Yeah, it's kind of my 2 cents on the matter. Just do some quick paint here real fast. But anyways, yeah, having the dual smokestacks at the top of a little slanted roof here is a thing that I have just enjoyed the heck out of, and just doing some detail work around the thing. It's pretty cool, actually, in my opinion. I'm happy with it. So yeah, that's the thought. That plastic's still going strong, huh? Well, anyways, so while that's doing its thing and while all this is going on, we're gonna go down a couple. Actually, we're gonna check maybe how many tickets we've got. So we may have our first statue. We're close, at least. I think the first one's at 50? Question marks? I'm not sure. Let's find out. All right, there we go. I do need the boombox, and I do need the factory cart. Adequate engineering at 25, pretty good at 50, satisfactory at 150, and we got the silver hog at 50, lizard doggo at 100, Gary at 200, golden nut at 1,000. So rough napkin math here. I need 1,575 to unlock all of these statues. So we're getting there. We're very slowly getting there. All right. Yeah, so anyways, we're gonna go down a couple floors and we're gonna do some of the prep work involved with getting some of this more set up and refined. And we're gonna grab a bunch of plastic first to make some packagers, or some like containers. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be good. So instead of going to 64, we're gonna go to, or instead of going to 40, we're gonna go to 64, 1 floor above. And I'll just literally yoink one of these lines, empty the heavy oil residue, and then let the rest of it get sunk. But I will then take one of those lines, or maybe even 2, and throw down a constructor array real quick, and have it make nothing but containers and put them into a box, because that's what we're basically gonna need. All right. Because this is the one that needs 7 inputs, 7 outputs of belts and or of what's the word I'm looking for? It's the one that needs 7 inputs, outputs of 7 inputs, outputs of the containers, of the empty and the full containers. All right, so do one here, one there, This is, of course, backwards. Oh, okay. It's not actually backwards, but... I want blueprints, I want constructor. This is the splitter. Hooray. That's the one I want. Alright. Why can I not make my mind up about which direction I want these to face? I don't know. Alright. This one can go here. And this one can also very similarly go here as well. Alright. Power line here goes there. Power line here goes there. And then I'll need this. And from here, I need you. Control C, B, 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 B. Okay. And we'll do that, and we'll do that. Straight build mode. Turn it right around. Yep, you got turned right around the wrong direction. You can go there, you can go there. And you can come this way. I did not mean for that to happen. Nope. There we are. All right. That was actually the wrong input anyway. That's kind of good. Just double check my math on that. And then you go there. So now it should be producing a lot of these containers, and I'll just let that cook because that's basically what I need to let it do. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm not sure which, but that's what I need to let it do, really. Yeah, so that we have containers for the remainder of this system, and we can load it up and have that be the thing, which will take its own hairy ball of wax type of approach in a bit. For right now, I need to get what is that amount of water? 3,000 divided by 120. Or I mean, I guess it would be 10 fully overclocked too. Would be really where it is. I think. I don't know. Wow, that moves fast. Wild. Anyways. These need 30 per, and I think it will go the same relative thing, because it's 50 of these, and it's 1,500 heavy oil residue combined. Do this fast. I'll make these Mark II as well. Just for consistency and for clarity. And you, my friend, go there. And you there. There. 3, 4, 5, so that's 10. Because these need to be 600 lines. Is that right? I don't actually think that's right. Because 10 times 30 is 300. Is it 5 sections of 300? Because it would be 1500 heavy oil residue divided by 50. So 1500 divided by 50 would be what number? 30. Or, sorry, 1500 divided by 30 would be 50. If I divide by 300, that's 5. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. Now that we're on the same page there, you, me, and myself. Because that took a second. I need 5 lines of 300, basically, is what I understand. In which case, where does that come up? Not sure. For the moment, this can go there. I mean, it makes sense to have 2 600s off this side because this is 10 times 50. That's what, 500? So this could be 1 Mark 6 or 1 Mark 2. And then this could be 2 Mark 2s. And if I were to, for example, empty this real fast so that I have that to be an option. If I were to take this and go vertical with it, horizontal to vertical, and go that way, wouldn't be the weirdest of things. It wouldn't be necessarily the best of things, but it wouldn't be the weirdest of things. Right, that's all being consumed right now. Alright, first things first, I gotta section off these, I think. This needs to be at 50%. And I need 4 of these per side to make it effectively like I have 50 refineries when I have 54. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so now 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to count to. No, just do 10. Make it easy on yourself. And I have the other 10 at the end, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do need that last little section to be... something else. Okay. Jeez. Right, because I have sections of 8, but I don't have the other bit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that's 10. Yeah, okay, so I'll have, because the 54 is throwing a little bit of a wrench in here, I'll need one section each side that is 12 in total, like 12 physical machines, but they'll be producing the work, they'll do the work and consume the resources of 10. Just because of how they're like underclocked, it'll work out. So it's that, and then come on, connect for me. All right, and then that's 10. Yeah. And then that should be that. Why are you not connected to anything, friend? Hold, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double check that real fast. That's 4, 5, or sorry, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this does need to be connected after all. At least I'm thinking that's correct. If you want to, feel free to correct me on that one, but that's the thought. Realizing that I've had this in the wrong spot the whole time. Anyways. There she goes. Alright. Huh. I'm quite proud of this thing. This balancer here. Taking the top 4 lines there and the bottom here and balancing the 2 of them. Or the 4 of them, rather. Because I couldn't not for the life of me figure out the maths on it, because it works out to be 8 per machine, or 8 machines per line, at least at current, because everything is balanced for that. So yeah, where do we go from here? There's some stackable lines here, I think feels like the play. Go down like this. And then just go this way. And like stack them, right? Like that's the thought. Alright, and oopsies. Yeah, that's my thought, at least, is to have things go like this, above the belts and down this way. And nope, and it. All right, and I'll do the same thing on the opposite side as well. All right, and These will also all end up color coordinated, which I'll probably end up doing off stream since it's like about as interesting as watching someone paint like drywall, to my mind at least. It may not be, but like it seems utterly boring. And this is already a game that demands a fair amount of attention and focus, and to at least like fully understand something, to like wrap your mind around the problem. All right, come here, you go there, and then you go there and there. All right, and I think I just wish I understood why this one in particular has such an issue with variable flow and everything. It's like it shouldn't be a problem. Both of the other ones are pretty constantly at or around 600 meters per second or per minute. This one just doesn't like doing that. So I'm gonna investigate real fast. That's the second. And these come from down this way. I mean, I suppose I could check it out right here, right? That would all explain. So, got. Huh. Wonder if that would help. Let's go backwards. Am I not understanding something here? I'll turn this off. I might be stupid. Huh. All right, well. Okay. That I understand. All right, so this should be the correct angle. Like the correct direction. To just stop stuff from flowing in or flowing out the wrong direction. I would think. So it shouldn't be flowing backwards. Because I think that's part of the problem, is that it is flowing into trying to flow into 3 different directions. So let's check it. Or it's just not going to be flowing at all now? All right, let me double check, make sure that all this is power charted correctly, because it should be, but doesn't mean it necessarily is. You've never had power this entire time? You're kidding me. And that's like half of the problem, almost certainly. If not like fucking definitively. Let's go back and check. That should help quite a lot. Yep, fix it immediately. I mean, it makes sense. It's a 300 line that we're missing there. Would that be like, would it have been that simple of a problem? Possibly. Probably, honestly. Let's delete that real fast and then go up a floor and return the plastic back to where it belongs. I'll just do a vertical merger off of that, or vertical splitter off of that. We should be close. Yeah, we're close-ish on this side. And probably, honestly, that should be enough. And if it isn't, then it's not, but I think it feels like it should be. Alright, yeah. And yeah. If that was all that was needed to get this functioning correctly this whole time, was that I was just missing part of the resource, I was missing 300 of what was 1500 needed, then that's gonna be real silly. Which it sure seems like it, given all that. Interesting. Give this a second to like really let it go, but that'll mean that I'm then producing the correct amount of heavy oil residue. So it would have been a problem that would have presented itself later and probably in a different context, but it would have been a problem nonetheless. It is going to take a second to get through all of the backlog, which looks like we might be starting to. Kind of doubting it a little bit. Now at 39 coupons. Yay. Woo. Da. Huh. Does it seem like one is producing so much more than the other? Is that why? I do with the Mark III belt? Like literally, was that the problem? My goodness. How long? How long was I suffering that? Jesus. That's what I was that's what I was expecting, like fully. Alright, getting the weird audio artifacting, I think, a little bit, which is neat and fun and cool. Huh. That seems more like it. This bottom one closest to me seems to be having the most issues of the bunch. For what reason, I am not necessarily sure. Unless it just is wrong. But it doesn't seem to be. 194 to 196. Just over 200. But like, for what reason? I don't think we're missing anything necessarily. $80, $62, $57, $36, $27. Why? What are we missing? This is that same problematic line as before. I took the valves off, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, got 600 a minute. Why is this a problem? Interesting. Like after this one, everything's fine, and then it's not. And it's these like 8 machines that are having issues. So unless it's just that they hadn't until now had the right amount of oil in them. And this one's obviously struggling. But even then, okay, so is it just taking time to warm back up? Is that what's going on? Maybe? Potentially? And I guess that would make sense. It would make the most sense for that to be a thing. Which it seems to be creeping very slowly up into the right territory, but I'm not sure. Like, I'm genuinely not sure. Huh. Seems like it's doing better. Alright. Hell, even one of those lines is going to 200 as well. That's not correct, boys. Wild. Alright, well, we're approaching in the right direction, and we're walking in the right direction, I suppose. Would be a way to think about that, but that's okay. It can wait a second. It's 1500 of... It's 1500 heavy oil residue I have to deal with, so the question becomes how to deal with it. If that's what I need to get up over here so that I can have everything be correctly managed. In which case, should be fairly straightforward doing the pipe work for this. Why did I do this? That was very silly. Yeah, there we go. All right. Was a problem? Do it after this guy here. Or is it like just after this one? It might be just after this one. The other one. Go here with it, and then go to the last little bit of it. Alright, let's start this one here. There. There. Yep. And there, and then there. Oh, I see. Alright, so that's 3, but one of them on each, the top on each, or the bottom one on each one is 5 machines on this side, 5 machines on that side. So, okay. How do we do with the belt or the pipe work? Is it like this? And then from here we'll go like... Huh. I'm not sure about this. Like the middle one, I'm not sure about. This middle one is going to be a problem for me. If I do this to try and get a like horizontal or vertical, just straight as best I can at least, then that might work. It also might not. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, I'm not sure. Huh. And unless I split it below, would be like the only thought there. Which could work. So in case, or in that case rather, this would go here. Or would it? Yeah, this would go here. Yo, hey, thank you so much. It's all right, little turkey. Life gets busy, life gets crazy. It just is sometimes. I'm super happy to see you in the chat though. For however long you want to hang out. I know that you probably got a bunch of other stuff to take care of, but it's super great to see you. I am just trying to keep my mind sharp as best I can. It is difficult with this project. This project has demanded a blood sacrifice of some kind, but I'm super glad to see you. Okay. So actually put this in B. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Hope you've been all right. At least trying to keep your peace, keep your sanity as best you can. One, two, three. And if you headed out soon, hope you have a good one. Seems like you did. Have a good one. Take care. Pipeline floor hole. There we go. Yep. Alright. So that should be pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, because of how this functions, unfortunately. We'll go right there, then in that case. Alright, and yeah. Check my phone real quick. I'm getting a bunch of notifications. All right, nothing of import. Now we're back to it. So yeah, the inner and out, the outermost two need to be split between two different lines. So roughly in the middle of the two of them, go right about there. And then bring it up a little bit, about there. And then mark one. Oops. Stop it. Give, thank you. Auto pipe mode, wild. Yes. And this go here. Okay. And these need to be lines of 300 down. Okay. So that's gonna be interesting. So that's 2 there and 1 here, roughly. Do they get split then? Is a question. And if they get split, how do they get split? Interesting. I'm not sure. I do know that I want this to come over in a straight build mode fashion, question mark. Which I guess is an invalid pipe shape, so auto it is. Hello, Nightbot. Welcome to the chat. I don't know why that happens, but straight build mode is not allowed. I have to do this kind of nonsense to make it line up. Okay. Yep. And then, because I know already that that's how that's going to work, I know how to do this. Or I know rather to do that. Or do I want it on the other side? That's a question. I think I kind of want it on the other side. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right, so then I can have them come up this like center line over here. So let's do some organizing of the belts and the pipes and the things around us here. In which case, even I could have this go, just go up, right? And then have it go off to where it needs to go. Like a big octopus. What? Why is it coming from the other side though? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, so definitely coming from this side. I say that, and it should be. Oh my god, that's gonna drive me insane. Alright, I need a wall, I guess, to give me a reference point so that all this stuff can go down the right angles. At the right angles, that is. I see. This one needs to follow suit. In which case... Right, okay. Huh. Oh my god, pipework is my least favorite contact sport. That's what it feels like at times, it's just straight up contact sport. Jesus. Huh. Okay. Unusual. Okay, and that should be relatively close to the right spot-ish. Ish. Let's first do this real quick. Just for giggles, why not, right? Do this, actually. Nope, ain't it? there. It's not gonna work out the way I think it is because invalid pipe shape. Auto though will work. Yeah. Nope. Auto it is. I just need this to be like one in front. Yep, literally just one in front. Okay. Well, that was that. That's all the heavy oil residue pipe work there. And then it's a matter of, I guess, securing it to the right, like, foundation point for the front and back. In which case, this needs to be here, I think, and this one needs to be there, I think. So we'll go top on the outside. Wait, can I do vertical straight? Is that a thing? Yeah, I thought so. The answer is no. All right. And this last one here. Why did that come out so strange looking? Oh, that's why. And then that's... Alright. Alright. Okay. Ow. My ankle bones. They hurt so much. Did I have that set as a different part of the power network as like the actual like basis for the power network? Because that would make sense. That would make sense for me to do that way. All right, that's a problem. Can I do one of these? Will you judge me? I'll judge me. You know what, gang? My brain is not feeling particularly good right now, so I might have to call it here in a second. Get these pumps up at least and get them installed. And all in the same height, roughly. Yeah, I think this might be a good place to call it. I know that this isn't functional yet. I know this doesn't exactly fit the bill of what I wanted to get done today. Like, it's not anywhere near close to what I wanted to actually accomplish and finish, but I think for my own like mental health that it might be, you know, a good time to just call it and have it be, you know, this. That being said, we did get a fair amount of project, like at least further solidified, figured out what the hell was going on with our oil. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. We got more of the oil like finalized and figured out, and then got also more of the belt work and the pipe work for the next stage of things set up. We'll need to spend some time on the next stream dropping a ton of just a second, I'm gonna go ahead and save here on game. Where did cursor go? There it went. But yeah, we got a bunch of progress, a bunch of little iterative, like administrative almost stuff done, that will come in handy for the next stream on Wednesday when we drop a ton of water extractors, do the pipe work for that, have that sneaking into the building and up through one of the center columns or something. I'm not sure where that's going to go yet, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your evening, great rest of your night. I'm available on Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky. I also have the YouTube VODs channel. Follow me here on Twitch if you like. I do stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. to like noon or 1 normally, barring mental health stuff, or even just physical health stuff, but 8 a.m. to noon or 1 PST. And then also I have a Friday evening stream from 7:30 to about 10:30 again PST. That is in the evenings. But yeah, connect with me on all the social media, watch the VODs if you want, hang out with me on stream. Yeah. Be cool, be kind, be excellent, and whoever you are, wherever you are, be healthy. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much, and bye.